Okay, welcome to this deep dive. We're going to crack open some source material you shared with us, really pull out the most important insights.
Sounds good.
Today, we're jumping headfirst into, well, navigating the competitive landscape of the AI era. Specifically for software as a service, SaaS,
Right.
we're drilling into key takeaways from an OpenView video featuring Kyle Poyar. And it's focusing on what truly builds a durable competitive advantage when, like, everyone and their dog is adding AI features.
And the fascinating part, I think, is applying this framework directly to that specific scenario you mentioned, like building something for ESL teachers.
Yeah.
We're asking, what does this source material actually say about creating a lasting product? Something like, say, Bridge AI in this space that's just moving incredibly fast.
Exactly. The mission here is to really understand why simply having AI isn't some kind of magic bullet and what the essential strategies are if you want to build something that really sticks. So let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So the very first point the source material hits you with is the core challenge, really. While AI is this massive opportunity, the AI itself doesn't create an inherent defense, a moat around your business.
Yeah, and the source makes a really compelling case for why that is, especially now. These foundational models, your GPTs, your LAMAs, all those, they're becoming incredibly powerful, yes,
Absolutely.
but also they're increasingly commoditized. Access to similar core AI intelligence, it's just getting wider and wider. Anyone really with the right resources can tap into that basic power.
And that leads right to the source's big warning sign, just claiming you're an AI company or, bolting on a basic AI feature. That won't be enough, not for long anyway.
No.
You absolutely have to avoid building what the source called these thin wrappers. Essentially just like putting a slightly nicer interface on top of a generic model that anyone can use.
Which, immediately brings up the question, okay, if the core tech, the intelligence, is becoming a commodity, where does the true sticky competitive advantage come from in this new landscape?
Yeah.
What actually works?
That's exactly where the source pivots. And this is where it gets really insightful, I think. It starts laying out what does create that lasting edge.
Okay.
And the first one, maybe the most critical, is proprietary data and the feedback loops that come with it.
Right. And this is fundamentally different from just, having some data. In the AI era, it's about collecting unique, really structured data that you can then feed back into your models to train them. It's usage data, sure, but also explicit user feedback on the AI's output. That's crucial. And also domain-specific data generated within your product's workflow.
So it creates this sort of virtuous cycle.
Exactly. A flywheel. Every time a user interacts, it makes your AI and your whole product better.
Yeah.
And it does it in a way that a competitor just can't easily replicate because they don't have that same volume and, importantly, type of interaction data.
Okay, let's think about this for Bridge AI, though. For those ESL teachers, the data generated there could be absolute bold, right?
Potentially, yes. Massive potential.
It's not just like usage logs. It's how teachers are modifying a generated lesson plan. It's what resources they're linking to.
Right.
Feedback on whether a specific learning target actually worked with their students.
Yeah. Annotations, successful tweaks for different proficiency levels.
All that stuff. That structured insight into effective teaching in practice, that seems incredibly valuable for tuning an AI specifically for ESL.
Absolutely. And the source specifically suggests actions for Bridge AI along these lines. Like, how do you actually design the platform to capture that structured feedback effectively, explicitly?
Not just passively.
And how do you maybe encourage community sharing, that marketplace idea you mentioned, not just for content, but for sharing pedagogical patterns and data points that can then inform the AI? So those specialized AI agents you talked about, they become truly unique because they're not just using some base model off the shelf. They're tuned by this highly specific, real-world ESL data that only your users are generating.
That makes sense. That's where the uniqueness comes in.
And building on that idea that the AI needs these unique inputs, the source also really emphasizes how the AI fits into the user's day-to-day tasks. That's critical.
This is the workflow integration piece,
Yeah.
or what they called systems of intelligence.
Exactly. It's moving beyond just thinking of AI as a feature you add on. It's about AI as this embedded capability that, augments the user's entire job.
Okay.
The goal isn't just some marginal improvement. It's about making a really painful process maybe 10 times better.
Wow, 10x. That's a high bar.
It is. But it's about AI helping the user accomplish their task across multiple steps, not just automating one tiny piece of it. So it feels less like just another tool and more like an intelligent partner working alongside them.
Okay, so for Bridge AI, again,
Yeah.
it's not enough to just, poof, generate a lesson plan.
Not at all.
You need to map the entire journey, the whole workflow of an ESL teacher getting ready for a lesson.
Right. What are the biggest time sinks after they have that initial plan? Is it finding and checking authentic resources?
Mm-hmm. Or adapting the plan because they've got 5 students at totally different levels. That's a classic problem.
Definitely. Or creating supplementary materials, quick quizzes, flashcards, things like that. The AI needs to seamlessly integrate and provide real, tangible, pain-relieving value across all those steps.
Because if it only handles step 1, the teacher is still drowning in steps 2, 3, 4, 5.
Precisely. The value isn't fully realized.
And this ties directly back to another really critical point from the source material, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That you have to be just relentlessly focused on solving a real user pain point, understanding their actual job to be done.
Absolutely fundamental. The AI is the tool. It's the means. It's not the end goal itself.
Right. Users aren't signing up because they're thinking, ooh, I want some AI technology. They're signing up because they have a core problem they desperately need solved.
Yeah, I mean, in the Bridge AI context, those teachers, they don't primarily want AI. They want more time back in their day. They want less stress. They want effective lessons that genuinely help their students learn English.
So your features, even these super AI-powered ones, need to speak directly to those needs. It's not generate lesson plans with AI. It's more like
Create highly differentiated lessons in minutes so you have more energy to spend actually connecting with your students. Frame it around the benefit, the solved pain.
Okay, what else? What other differentiators did the source highlight?
Well, another one, often underestimated but really vital according to the source, is user experience, UX.
Yeah, that might sound obvious, but it's especially true with AI, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, your AI could be technically brilliant, but if the interface is clunky or confusing or just slow, users won't get the value.
And they'll just leave?
They'll churn. And the output from the AI also needs to be immediately usable, understandable, actionable for the user.
So for Bridge AI, how does a teacher intuitively guide the AI? How easy is it to actually edit, customize, and then use whatever gets generated?
Right. Is the lesson plan formatted in a way that's actually practical in a real classroom setting?
Yeah.
A smooth, intuitive, maybe even delightful experience really unlocks the power of whatever complex AI is running underneath.
The source also introduced an interesting concept they called compound AI. What was that about?
Yeah, that's about layering multiple distinct AI capabilities together to create a solution that's more powerful and more unique than any single feature could ever provide on its own.
So like different AI bits working together.
Kind of. Think of it as specialized agents or modules collaborating. For Bridge AI, that idea you mentioned of having 5 specialized agents, that fits perfectly here.
Okay.
Maybe one agent is great at generating content outlines. Another finds external authentic resources. A third validates the language level appropriateness. A fourth suggests assessment ideas, and so on.
Right.
The real value comes from how these different agents work together, seamlessly, to tackle the complexity of something like lesson planning. It creates this composite solution that's much harder for someone else to replicate by just building 1 or 2 simple AI features.
And even with all these AI-specific advantages, the source reminds us, hey, the fundamentals of scaling a SaaS business, they haven't gone away.
Not at all. Distribution and go-to-market strategy, GTM, are still absolutely paramount.
You can have the best product in the world.
Exactly. A genuinely great product, even one built with these durable AI advantages, still needs to reach its audience effectively. How do you actually find, acquire, and onboard those ESL teachers?
Is it content marketing? Partnerships? A really generous free tier to get them hooked? Referral loops?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
That GTM execution itself is its own form of competitive advantage or disadvantage if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
You still have to nail that.
And one last quick point they made, speed. Just the ability to move quickly, experiment constantly, and iterate based on what you're learning, especially in a space moving as fast as AI is right now, that's highlighted as essential.
Okay, so let's pull it all back together then. Looking at Bridge AI through the lens of this source material, the potential for those durable advantages, it isn't just in having AI that generates lesson plans.
No, it's much deeper.
It's identified in that deep, domain-specific knowledge of ESL teaching. The potential to capture truly proprietary, structured data from how teachers interact.
That flywheel.
The opportunity to integrate deeply into the teacher's entire workflow, making it genuinely 10x better, not just marginally.
Right. Prioritizing excellent UX is key.
And layering those specialized AI agents that compound AI idea.
Yeah.
plus building on that existing community, both for getting data and for go-to-market.
Ultimately, the source really challenges Bridge AI, and by extension, anyone building in this space with that core question. How are you making the ESL teacher's life significantly better in a way that's genuinely difficult for a competitor to copy quickly?
It
Yeah.
sort of validates focusing on community and specialized agents, but it really pushes on deepening that proprietary data moat and properly weaving the AI into the full workflow.
Yeah,
Those
right.
seem to be the biggest levers.
Okay, so to wrap up this deep dive then, what your source material really paints is a clear picture. In this AI era, winning in SaaS, it's not about the AI itself, fundamentally. It's about how you uniquely deploy it.
Hmm.
True competitive advantage seems to come from combining that AI with, well, proprietary data and those feedback loops we talked about, deep workflow integration that solves a real pain point, fantastic user experience, maybe layering multiple AI capabilities, and definitely effective distribution, often built on a strong community.
That sums it up nicely. It's the combination.
So here's maybe a thought to leave you with as you mull this over. How might this framework, proprietary data, workflow integration, solving the real job, great UX, layered AI distribution, how might that apply to other niche specialized professions or workflows?
Interesting question.
Where else could AI create a truly transformative, hard-to-copy 10x improvement that goes way beyond just simple automation? Something to think about as you continue exploring the possibilities out there.